the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we are here at Talladega for race number 10 out of the 16 race regular season. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is KR Stolfus, and tonight's race is a very special one for a few of our drivers. Tonight is in honor of a friend who has recently passed away. So tonight is the Gary Beagle Memorial. And that always means a special theme for a special driver, and that would be Josh Milam. But Josh is busy in practice, and we're going to let him be. Speaking of practice, time is up, and it is time to go out and qualify as the OP Racing Premier Superspeedway Series gets back into action here on Turn 3. If you missed it last week, I'm not going to name names, but a broadcaster who was supposed to be broadcasting on this channel, things fell apart. Things didn't work quite right. So we ended up last week over on Fuel Rock. For those of us who joined us on Fuel Rock, I want to say thank you very much for joining us. And if you missed it, you are more than welcome to go over to Fuel Rock, 2 words. And that broadcast was over there. And it wasn't really anything, just something to have on the screen for the drivers to go back and watch. So with qualifying getting underway, Josh Milam in the 7, making his way out onto the speedway. The only driver that has 2 wins that counts towards divisional playoff contention. So what that means is we're now going to see, I believe, 2 positions or 2 drivers able to get in on points. That's going to be very important throughout the rest of this season, of the regular season, for these drivers to score as many points as they can, because now it is no longer a win and you're in, and not only the winners, but it's going to have our 2 drivers who did not pick up a win, who are going to be able to make it into the playoffs. So Josh Milam in the 7 tries to work his Ford Mustang up to speed. Several other drivers are out on the track as well. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, getting his race car wound up and trying to get up to full song. 10-minute qualifying session. As the times start rolling in, they'll show up on the left-hand side. David Overstreet out of New Albany, Indiana. Hunter Reynolds goes to the top of the board, but just like that, Gabe Butler going to take a spot away from him. And Gabe Butler with a 53.84. Now on top of the leaderboard. That 88 machine from Meteor Racing going to be very fast all night long. Butler's still looking for his first win here on Monday nights, but the way he's been running, that's not long in coming. Logan Helton in the 63 finds himself in second with a 53.85. Bob Lacavera in the 5 machine, shutting it down. He finds himself in 17th spot. Peter DeBorgia through the tri-oval, and he is going to cross the start-finish line, and DeBorgia is going to stay in a 20th spot for his qualifying effort. Adam Evans in the 25, exiting off of turn 2 to get that Mustang up to speed. Mark Mann in the 04, now on his first timed lap. Jeff Crosby in the 33 from Full Sin Motorsports, making his way out of pit road and onto the speedway. Always bet on black. Your top 5 right now: Gabe Butler, Logan Helton, Hunter Reynolds, Cody Ober, and Tyler Miller. Your top 5 on the speed chart for the moment. Dave Hunt from Buck Wild Racing out of North Lake, Texas. Hunt, a front runner, still looking for his first win here this season as well. Drops down below the yellow line to work through that tri-oval and shorten it up as much as he can. And Hunt, going across the start-finish line, is going to post a time good enough for 16th spot. James Mayer making his way out onto the track, the 95. Gaining speed through 1 and 2. "25 drivers have taken a qualifying time. Still got quite a few drivers left to go out and put in a qualifying effort. Demon Tech 82, Mr. Dan Harrington out of Noblesville, Indiana. Harrington on his time lap in that 82 machine. As the 82 makes his way around across the start finish line, and Dan Harrington gonna jump up into 15th spot. A good qualifying effort for Demon Tech 82. Only car on the track that has not put a time in yet, that is the 95 of James Mayer as he works his way onto the front stretch here. Drops that Chevy Camaro down below the yellow line to shorten up that tri-oval. Heads for the start finish line, and across the line he goes, and he is going to jump up into 13th place. As James does his cool down lap, I believe that is everyone that is going to take a qualifying time. With that being said, we are going to step away, and we will be back with our starting lineup for tonight's Gary Beagle Memorial.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network as the OP Racing Premier Super Speedway Series starts to roll out, and that means it is time to go through tonight's starting lineup. On the front row, Gabe Butler with a 53.840, and on his outside, it is Logan the Kid Helton. Row number 2 going to be the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, and on his outside, it is the 8 of Cody Ober. Row 3 will be Tyler Miller and Derek Conley. Row number 4 going to be Sean McCara, Josh Milam in the 7 and Sean McCara in the 71. Row number 5 going to be the 25 of Adam Evans and the 04 of Mark Mann. Row 6 will be David Booth in the 77, and on the outside, Zach Fritsch in the 12. Row number 7, the 95 of James Mayer and the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. Row 8, newcomer to the series, that is the 091 of Zach Workman. Got the invite to come up from our feeder series. You get to watch him on Wednesday nights. Now we're going to see how he does here on Monday night. Dan Harrington in the 82 on the outside of row number 8. Row 9, Randall Cobb in the 52. And on the outside, Daniel Holloway in the 21. Row 10, the 33 of Jeff Crosby and the 53 of Dave Hunt. Row number 11 will be the 62 of Les Levy. On his outside, Eric Laurie in the 071. Row number 12, Rob Connors and David Overstreet. Row 13 will be Alex Green in the 15 and Bob Lacavera. Row 14, Andy Brigante and Peter DeBorgia. Row number 15, Rick Sebrands, Sean Stevens. And row 16, Chris McCullough and Dustin Barber. That makes up our 32 car field here tonight. Pace car down and away. Gabe Butler, Logan Helton leading this field to the first green flag of the night here at Talladega. Race number 10 of 22. And here we go once again as the green flag is out. The 88 and the 63 both get good starts. They are going to go door to door into turn number 1. Tyler Miller in the 24 falls back just a little bit, but that gap is going to close up very quickly as he comes off of turn number 2 and closes in to the back bumper of the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Logan Helton in the 63, going to use a big bunch of momentum down the backstretch. Slides down in front of Gabe Butler in the 88. Logan Helton looking to lead the first lap of the race here tonight. Cody Ober in the 8. Going to try and challenge the 63 for that first lap. At the line, that one's going to go to Logan Helton, and bonus point for him. And Helton going to be locking himself in. He's already got a win that counts towards playoff contention, but has to get the minimum race requirements met. If I am not mistaken, which I usually am, I believe Logan Helton is going to get that done here. So yes, he does. By taking the green flag, he's locked himself into playoff contention. A little bit of a trouble in the mid-packs. Looked like the 77 of David Booth had something happen to him. James Mayer took evasive action. We stayed green, and Daniel Holloway in the 21 up on the top shelf all by himself. Holloway has nobody with him for the moment. So again, do want to take a moment to thank Derek Conley for helping out last Monday night. I was experiencing some issues where in the end, if I had just been patient the first time around, it would have fixed itself, but live and learn. We are up and running here tonight. Logan Helton in the 63 has Gabe Butler on his back bumper, and now going to jump up to the top side to take advantage of the run that that Cody Ober had. Gabe Butler says, "Thank you very much. I'm going to just squeeze on by you." The 88 on the bottom sticks that nose out into the fresh air. Gabe Butler going to try and lead this lap, but Logan Helton going to use a good shove from Cody Ober to surge back in front. Logan trying to make that car wide and take advantage of all the runs that are coming his way. Slides back down in front of the 88 of Butler. I want to take a moment to thank all of you tuning in here on the YouTube chat and saying hello. Got Josiah Millen in here. How about that? How you doing, Josiah? Roger Muth in here from Muth in the Booth, another famous broadcaster on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Cody Eldred, our pit reporter and race control, also chiming in. And we got Nathan Grounds rooting for Jeff Crosby, as always. And we got Maxine Grimes, Mara Clark, and Tammy Hilton. We all know who they're rooting for. If you don't know, if this is your first time, well, Tammy Hilton rooting for Logan Hilton, Maxine Grimes as well. Mara Clark, cheers for Mark Mann each and every week, as we got several drivers peeling off for pit road. Gabe Butler going to lead them on the pit lane. A lot of brakes being locked up. Everyone trying to get it slowed down, and Butler in the 88. First one on the pit road. It's our first round of green flag pit stops are happening. Three stages here tonight. Stage number 1 going to end at the completion of lap 20. The 63, the 26, and the 8 are your top 3 cars right now. And another group of drivers peels off for pit road. Zach Fritsch in the 12, Tyler Miller in the 24, Sean McCara all hitting pit lane. All right, so Josiah Millen is having a whiskey. And as I like to do on Monday nights, and we're going to pick someone at random for this flavored water crack open. And we'll give this one to Josiah because I feel like it's his first time watching one of my broadcasts. So here you go, bud. Rick Seabrand's in the 4, just turned the fastest lap of the race last time around. And another group of drivers, Alliance Motorsports, hitting pit road this time. That is going to give the lead to the 53 of Dave Hunt. But Hunt challenging Derek Conley. So Derek Conley taking over the race lead as he is down on the yellow line. As his teammates on his back bumper, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds and the 7 of Josh Milam, those drivers from Fuel Sim Racing. And they are going to peel off for pit road this time, and they're going to bring Dave Hunt with them. David Overstreet in the 46, Les Levy in the 62, David Booth in the 77, Rob Connors, Zachary Workman, top 5 right there. All 5 drivers from Checkered Flag Motorsports. Zachary Workman in his debut race here on Monday night has teamed up with Checkered Flag Motorsports for tonight's race. And with that being said, Zachary Workman being called up here in the second half of the regular season, he will not be eligible for a playoff spot. And he is on a bit of a probationary period, a trial run, but from what I've seen out of Zach Workman on Wednesday nights, handles his car well and tries to put himself in good spots. Robert Dumanat checking in. How you doing, Doobie? Thanks very much for stopping by. Under our first round of green flag pit stops, top 6 cars in your frame here have not hit pit road yet. Andy Brigante in the 013. Not a member of Checkered Flag Motorsports and has not come down pit road just yet. Bob Lacavera going a lap down. We do have 3 cars not on the lead lap. Bob Lacavera, first car 1 lap down. Sean Stevens and Dustin Barber. Looks like Stevens was slapped with a speeding penalty trying to get on the pit road. That is going to cost him some time. Once these 6 drivers hit pit lane, our first round of pit stop cycle will be complete. Dave Hunt in the 53 does have the fastest lap of the race now at a 49.36. Dave Hunt laying down a quick lap time here. He's in the midst of a hornet's nest along with everyone else who has pitted. Of our drivers who have made pit stops, Peter DeBorgia in the 40. Out in front, down on the inside lane as we ride on board with the 53 of Dave Hunt. Jackson Broadbent chiming in from New Zealand, cheering for Zach Fritsch and Jeff Crosby. Adam Evans down on the inside line there below the yellow line as Logan Helton in the 63 makes a move down to the inside. Sliding in front of the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. Mark Manton in the 04 now on the outside lane. Out in front where he likes to be. We're watching the battle for the race lead once our next group of drivers hit pit road as Logan Helton gets a little shot from the 40 of DeBorgia, holds on to it. Meanwhile, our top 6 cars still have not come down pit road. As your top 6 have made their way around, they have put Sean McCara in the 71, 1 lap down. McCara and Lacavera battling to be the first car 1 lap down. Our top 6 have about 2 more laps before they'll run out of fuel and have to hit pit road. But McCara and Lacavera still want to battle it out because a caution will get one of them back on the lead lap. The next one have to go and be a lap down. The good news is the stage is going to end at the completion of lap 20, so these 2 cars right now have a good shot at getting their laps back here very early. Here comes David Overstreet, Wes Levy, David Booth, Rob Connors, Zach Workman, and Andy Brigante all hitting pit road together. So our top 6 now on the pit lane. Mark Mann and Logan Helton making their way through 3 and 4. They're going to very easily make the pass on the group who has just hit pit lane. So once again, we see that hitting pit road early does pay off. This group all pitted several laps before Checkered Flag Motorsports, and Checkered Flag Motorsports going to be running by themselves here, which isn't always a bad thing, as Peter DeBorgia gets a little bit of a wiggle there, holds on to it. Pack racing at its finest. If one driver makes a mistake, several drivers pay for it. Roger Booth, thank you very much for checking in, man. Appreciate it. Good luck as you deal with Al Smith. Al Smith, another presenter here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, but also runs one of his own leagues. Roger calling the shots from this winner. The 63 gets a shot from the 40, gets two shots, has to chase that car all the way down below the yellow line. That really killed the momentum for the outside lane. Cody Ober out of shape. Mark Mann in the wall. Round goes the 21, the 15, and the 95 all getting involved. And the yellow flag is going to come out. Alex Green getting caught up in that one. The yellow flag coming out. We had a couple cars get together. Derek Conley involved. Dave Hunt in the 53 getting a piece of it. On board the 071 of Eric Laurie. He is just able to squeeze through. So the field slowed down. And that is going to do it for the end of the stage. We'll say, I believe, Hunter Reynolds in the 26 is going to be your stage 1 winner. On to pit road comes the field. Now we'll see the advantage of Checkered Flag Motorsports hitting pit road and topping off their tank. Just a splash of fuel for them to get them going. Josh Milam winning the race off of pit road. Let's take a moment and talk to our stage 1 winner, and that is the driver of the 26, Hunter Reynolds. Mr. Reynolds, you got your ears on, bud?
Hey, yes sir, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. So you pick up stage 1, and looked like you had to wheel and deal a little bit there through the corner.
Man, yeah, that was a blast. Josh and I had to, we stuck on the bottom, so we had to back up and work our way to the top there. But yeah, it was a little slick up top. It was definitely fun for sure. Push Cody up there, and then huge thanks to Josh for the push at the end. But let's have some fun on that third lane.
Those 26 picks up stage 1, 2 more stages to go. And Hunter, this field looks like it is ready to go racing. Everyone fighting hard out there early on.
Oh yeah, for sure. These stage points are huge. I personally love getting stage points. A lot of these other guys do too. They're important for the playoff run. And we'll be pretty serious up until 40. Should chill out for a bit, and we'll get back to business.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the stage 1. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, thanks to Josh again for pushing me to the stage. Thanks to all my FSR teammates, Josh, Derek, my dad, and Dustin. You up in the booth, KR Turn 3 Racing Network, do an awesome job. Thanks to all the fans and friends watching it, and everybody else watching, appreciate it.
As Hunter Reynolds, your stage 1 winner from Fuel Sim Racing. Get the job done early on here tonight. A lot of racing still to go, though. Nothing quite nailed down just yet, as 4 drivers now peel off for pit road. Several cars coming down pit lane to top off their tanks. The 4 Rick Seabrand's one of those drivers. That is going to give the lead to the 63 of Logan Helton. .04 of Mark Mann going to restart on his outside. And the 091, brand new driver. Debut race here on Monday night. Zach Workman on the inside of row number 2 for this restart. Wily veteran, 77 of David Booth on his outside. Nice and steady pace. Field works its way down the backstretch. Next time they come down the backstretch, it won't be so calm. Take a moment and look at our points. After 9 of 16 races, Josh Milam, the only driver to secure 2 wins that counts towards playoff contention. Milam will lock himself in with the start here tonight that he's already accomplished. Josh Milam locked into the championship. Rick Seabrands, Gabe Butler, and Zach Fridge all locked in. Logan Helton locking himself in with a start as well here tonight. James Mayer locked in as well with his start here tonight. And Will Weber just 1 start away from being locked in, and Will Weber not here tonight. 2 drivers going to make it in on points right now. That's Mark Mann and Daniel Holloway. That is a tie with Chris McCullough there. So anything can happen and will. Here we go. Pace cars down and away. Logan, the Kid Helton, and Mark Batman on the front row for this restart. We begin at stage number 2. Logan Helton in the 63. Picking up right where he started stage 1, out in front. Zach Workman in the 091, now pushing on his back bumper. Liberty Fires checking in as Zach Workman in the 091 is out in the front. How you doing, Liberty? So Workman in his first race here on Monday night. leading this field. And Logan Helton in the 63, helping push that 91 further out ahead. Helton going to make that move to the outside as another group of cars is going to come down pit road for the first round of green flag pit stops. And we got big trouble. The 62 of Les Levy into the wall. Bob Lacavera caught up in it, and the yellow flag is coming out. Hard contact for the 62 in the tri-oval. Let's see what happened here. Trying to back this up far enough, and I'll get it right sooner or later. Mark Mann, Les Levy getting involved in this one. Getting closer. Take one more shot at this as Mark Mann already in trouble. Holds the car up high. Everyone straightened out and able to keep going, but the more torn up race cars. So Hunter Reynolds, Peter DeBorgia, Jimmy Reynolds, Derek Conley all hit pit road when that caution came out. We'll see if any penalties will be assessed to them. As the timing of that one, they should have been on pit road as long as they had entered pit lane before the yellow came out. I believe everything will be okay with them. Logan Helton into his pit box, nice and clean like. So FSR, along with Peter DeBorgia, feeling that early caution hit pit road at just the right time. So that is going to give those guys excellent track position. Logan Helton wins the race off of pit road. So the 7 of Josh Milam now taking over the race lead. Right now, only one car on pit road. That is Bob Lacavera, but the jack has been dropped. He is down and away. The crew has worked on that car to hammer out some of the damage that the 5 received. 31 cars on the lead lap, 32 cars in this race. Dustin Barber, the only car now scored not on the lead lap. Barber multiple laps down. Hunter Reynolds, your stage 1 winner. Going to be moving to the outside lane. Here's Josh Milam in the 7. Chooses the inside lane. FSR on the front row for this restart. Stage number 2 going to end at the completion of lap 40. A couple big crashes here. Our first one happening at the end of stage 1. Caught up a few cars, but no serious damage. Nobody popped an engine, and everyone able to keep rolling. And now we've had this one here in stage number 2. Again, some hard hits, but as far as I can tell, no one has had to use a fast repair yet. Lights are out on the pace car. We are stacked up, all nice and pretty, nose to tail, side by side. All right, here we go once again. Josh Milam and Hunter Reynolds leading this field to the green flag. Milam on a bit of a hot streak. He joins the ranks of Logan Helton as the only repeat winner for the season. As the green flag comes out, Milam on the throttle and his teammate Hunter Reynolds both accelerate nice and even like, and everyone gets away cleanly. Off of turn number 2. Engines trying to hit full song. The speed still climbing as Hunter Reynolds drops down to the inside. Logan Helton now going to lead in the outside lane. We got a car up in the 3rd lane. That is David Overstreet in the 46, working with Zach Workman. Teammates for tonight. We'll see where Zach Workman is going to end up as Cody Ober in the 8 is going to get into the wall in trouble on the front stretch. As Ober in the 8 refires, grabs a gear, and gets rolling. But another yellow flag coming out very quick on the heels of that green flag. Cody Ober going for a spin here. See if we can figure out what happened. Over in the 8 looked like he just drifted up a little bit. Maybe didn't know that there was a car on his outside. Try this once again. Yellow flag coming out as Cody Ober makes hard contact with the outside wall. And nobody making the break for pit road. At least not in the front part of this field. Everyone should be good to go on fuel, but a couple of drivers are going to hit pit lane in the back half of this field. As the cars top off their fuel tanks, didn't have a whole lot to lose as we're in the back half, but maybe got something to gain. At the end of the stage, they'll have to spend just that much less time on pit road when they take fuel only. I do got to commend our drivers. Violence towards the blue cone always makes me happy. That blue cone is evil and must be punished. Dustin Barber in the 6 would have received the free pass, but he was involved in that incident with Cody Ober. He did have to use a fast repair on that one. He will stay 2 laps down. Tough break for the 6. Good news for him, he is the only car not on the lead lap. When the caution does come out for the end of the stage, he will get one of those laps back. Liberty always asking the very important questions here. His question is, did you hear about how I was attacked by a gang of mimes? No, haven't heard. Unfortunately, I can only imagine the unspeakable things that they have done to you. And there it is. Our pit reporter, Cody Eldred, also doing double duty as a race control, has just let me know that the 6 of Dustin Barber has gone down 2 laps due to losing connection. So a tough break for the 6. That happened very early in the race. He's trying to claw his way back into this one. So the field getting reset. I'm going to let him fly once again. 10 laps remain here in stage number 2. It'll be 9 laps when the green flag drops. Everyone should be good on fuel. Hunter Reynolds and Josh Milam once again are going to lead this field to the green flag. Pace car peels off for pit road. down through the travel and that long wait here at Talladega from the moment the pace car leaves to the moment the green flag comes out. But here we go. Hunter Reynolds and Josh Milam both get to the throttle, both get away cleanly. Everyone has to get through the gearbox without missing a shift. Whatever you do, don't throw it in reverse. That R does not stand for race out here tonight. Put that thing in reverse and it will cause all kinds of havoc. Chris McCullough in the 1 with the 52. Randall Cobb trying to make something happen in the 3rd lane. Jeff Crosby jumps up there. So too does Sean McCara. Drivers trying to utilize that 3rd lane. Lots of room here at Talladega, and that 3rd lane going to get used quite a bit here tonight. As Logan Helton in the 63 slides down in front of the 26 to take over the race lead. That 3rd lane gaining some momentum. Chris McCullough drops down in the middle. Everyone looking for some room off of turn number 2 as Peter DeBorgia slides up to the high side. Now 3 cars in the top lane. That looks to be stalling out for just the moment. Now Hunter Reynolds in the 26, edging ahead of the 63. He's going to slide down in front and take over the race lead. Josh Milam in the 7. Leaving that gap for the 63 to make a move here. Logan Helton stays in behind Reynolds for the moment. Alex Green bumping into Josh Milam there, the 15, dropping down below the yellow line. He's going to have to find somewhere to blend in. Falls back quickly, but slides up in front of David Overstreet in the 46. Alex Green falls out of point paying positions for the stage. Was able to keep that car wound up and going to try and start working his way back forward. Chris McCullough in the 1, now pushing hard on the 7 of Josh Milam. Here comes Logan Helton making a move off of turn 2. Josh Milam in the 7 jumps all the way up to the wall and getting a big shove from the 1 of McCullough. Both cars drop down in the inside lane. Now Peter DeBorgia trying to use that outside lane. He has help with Jeff Crosby. McCullough in the 1, leading his first lap of the race here tonight. Slides down in front of the 7 of Milam. Randall Cobb in the 52 working with the 63 of Logan Helton. We're still 3 wide down the backstretch. Laps winding down for this stage. How long can you hold your breath? Because I don't know what's going to happen next. McCullough out in the front. Josh Milam pushing on his back bumper. Logan Helton trying to make his way forward. McCullough looking for a win here tonight. If he can't get a win, he needs a good points finish. Some stage points will go a long way if he would like to try and get into the playoffs. A little bit of wiggling from the cars. Nobody too far out of shape just yet as they go off into the corner and really start working the wheel back and forth. Looks like everyone's starting to feel the pressure of the end of the stage. They're wiggling back and forth, pushing hard. No one wants to give any more room. These stage points are going to start making a difference. The battle is just 3 wide here at the front. The 77 to David Booth trying to use that third lane to make something happen. 3 cars up there with him. Milam slides down in front of the one of McCullough. That gives Logan Helton the lead in that middle lane. Logan Helton doing what he can. The kid can get up on the wheel and almost will that car to the front. He does gonna need some help, and McCullough now slides up in front. 2 laps to go here in stage number 2. You want to make your car wide and you want to make the moves at the right time, but miss it by an inch and it ends in calamity here as everyone is running very tight to each other. Milam down on the bottom in the 7. McCullough in the 1. Challenging as they are going to see the 1 to go for stage number 2. Final lap for stage 2. Here we go. Top 10 pays out points and every point matters. 2 drivers right now are going to be able to get in on points. You don't think that these drivers know that and stages are important? You're not watching this race. As McCullough goes up to the wall, he's going to use the third lane for a moment, slides back down to the 63. Josh Milam in the 7, going to pull away here. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 jumps to the outside as they make their way onto the front stretch. Hunter Reynolds going to have a big head of steam here. But Milam going to try and charge right back, and Reynolds, Milam through the tri-oval and at the line. It is going to be Hunter Reynolds winning the first stage and now the second stage. So Hunter Reynolds picks up stage 1 and stage 2. .26 making some good moves there and timed it just right coming off the corner to beat Josh Milam to the line. Dustin Barber in the 6. Have him scheduled as our free pass. He will get 1 of his 2 laps back. As the safety car picks up the field, everyone slows it down. Now we'll see a very busy pit road. I expect we'll see everyone on the pit lane. Dustin Barber is going to receive the free pass, so he will end up one lap down. As the invisible pit crews begin jacking up the cars, changing tires, adding fuel. First one off of pit road is the 52 of Randall Cobb, followed by Daniel Holloway. There is a land rush after that, but let's get talking to our stage 2 winner. Also picked up stage 1, but back into the booth for another interview. Mr. Hunter Reynolds, how you doing?
Dude, I'm doing amazing. How are you?
Oh, I can't complain. Got some great racing going on. Get to watch this, and man, stage 1 and stage 2 bonus points going your way, and now we're getting ready to kick off the final stage.
Yeah, I'm extremely happy we could get some good points tonight. Hope it'll make up for a bad finish if we have one, but we're gonna try to stay in the same. My goal is to stay up front with my team as long as possible, and maybe we can still win here.
All right, man. Well, 2 drivers are going to make it in on points as of right now. We've had 2 repeat winners. So these stage points are starting to become very important, and you have done just that here tonight. What's it going to take in this last bit?
Oh yeah, stage points are huge. It's definitely going to come down to feel, I think. It's looking like. It's also going to be track position. The third lane is rocking tonight, but once it fills up, you won't have anywhere to go. So just putting yourself in the right spot and being there for the end. Hopefully you're not getting wrecked.
All right, man. Well, good luck here in the last bit of this race here tonight. Any shout outs or thank yous?
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. I think all my team is FSR again. Josh, my dad, Derek, and Dustin. I'd like to thank all the family friends watching up in the booth, KR. And I'd like to thank all the league admins for putting this thing on. And everybody watching, we appreciate you.
That is Hunter Reynolds, your stage 1 and stage 2 winner so far. A sweep in the making for the 26. A win, and he is in. He has competed in all the races so far this season. Take another look at the points standings so we can see where he is at in the points. These are at the completion of race number 9, and this is race number 10. These are not up to date, but you can see how close that battle is to try and get in on points. Right now, Mark Mann and Daniel Holloway would be in on points. Randall Cobb and Reynolds would be the 2 drivers just on the outside looking in. But Reynolds has picked up 2 stages, and right now Randall Cobb in the 52 in the race lead. As we stack them up, and go 2 by 2, marching to the green flag. Randall Cobb on the inside of row number 1. Logan the Kid Helton on his outside. Row number 2 going to be the 26 of Hunter Reynolds and the 7, Josh Milam. Row 3 will be Chris McCullough and the 77 of David Booth. Your first 3 rows for this restart. Safety car down and away as we begin our third and final stage. 94 laps, our scheduled distance here tonight. 2 attempts at a green and white checkered finish if we need them. Randall Cobb and Logan Helton wait for the right time to put the foot down and accelerate towards turn number 1. Both drivers get good starts. Second row stays glued to the back bumper. Milam pushing hard on Helton. Reynolds hard on Cobb. Down the backstretch and into turn 3. Everyone really getting these cars wound up. And it does take a few laps for them to really get up to full speed. Cobb and Helton looking nice and steady on that front row. Nobody making too many moves just yet as they're going to try and settle in. And as I say that, Peter DeBorgia in the 40 makes a move up to the third lane, but nobody goes with him just yet. Here comes Crosby and Fritsch as DeBorgia slides in behind the 77. Crosby up in that third lane, still looking for his first win here on Monday night. Picked up the win a couple Wednesdays ago. All right, so Logan's requested it, and we're gonna do it. Let's do a little bit of turn it up. Crank it up, enjoy the sounds, and man, let's enjoy some great racing. The caution flag coming out for the incident on the back stretch. We're on board with Alex Green as that happened. The 15 of Alex Green is gone behind the wall. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to the 15. Contact with Sean McCara. McCara gonna smack the inside wall. Alex Green able to keep going. So McCara in the 71, hard hit on the inside wall. Good news, Dustin Barber in the 6 has gotten back on the lead lap. He is able to recover from going 2 laps down after his internet connection dropped out on him. So good recovery efforts by Dustin Barber. He is back into this race, back on the lead lap. However, Alex Green in the 15 has gone behind the wall. And it looks like that is going to be it for the driver of the 15. Buford checking in. How you doing, Buford? 013. So everyone hit pit road, and strategy going to start taking some effect here. Josh Milam looking to get 3 wins this season as he is out in front right now. Oh, sorry, Buford. I messed up. I'm not good at knock jokes. So anyways, Buford said knock knock. So who's there? It's joke hour. Lay down your best jokes. Liberty Fires has already laid down 2. Let's see what Buford's got. Open mic, if you will. We got another minute and a half or so. I'll give you some of my best jokes. Well, I would, but then the FCC would get called, and next thing you know, YouTube has to follow those regulations, and it'd just be a mess. Guess I could tell the funniest joke of all. Right here. It's my stand-up comedy act. That's the biggest joke in the world. I guess that's not even a good joke because you'd have to at least have a stand-up comedy act, and I don't even have one of those. As the field makes its way off of turn number 4. Safety vehicle. Keeping this field very safe. A calm, cool, collected 65 miles an hour. Josh Milan, Hunter Reynolds on the front row once again for this restart. Logan the Kid Helton and Chris McCullough, Jeff Crosby and Peter DeBorgia. Here we go. Green, a flag is out. Josh Milam gets a good jump, but Hunter Reynolds going to have the momentum from the one of Chris McCullough, who stayed glued to his back bumper. Nathan Grounds chiming in with his joke. He was so late to the cannibal banquet that they gave him the cold shoulder. That was pretty late. Off of turn number 4, a little bit of a wiggle out of Helton and Crosby, but they both keep it straight. And we stay green. McCullough's still pushing hard on the back. Oh, contact with the 1 and the 26, and Hunter Reynolds says that was enough. I've cleared the 7, and drops down in front of his teammate. Logan Helton in the 63, going to clear the 1, be watching for a move off of turn number 2 out of the 63, and there it is. Now Logan Helton out in front of the 1 of McCullough. Hunter Reynolds, Josh Milam out in front. Logan Helton trying to claw his way back. The battle for the race lead. Crosby in the 33. Now going to close in on the back bumper of Hunter Reynolds as the 7 of Josh Milam made a move up to the middle lane, and Logan Helton decided he wanted to try and take it to the 3rd lane, and that was a move that paid off. Last time around, almost everybody turned their fastest lap of the race. Logan Helton in the 63 with a good move down the backstretch takes the race lead, but Chris McCullough going to edge him out at the line and lead another lap. Three wide we are. We are now 3 wide. Wow, good English there, KR. Does anyone smell toast? Yellow flag coming out. We have trouble on the front stretch. Several cars involved in this one. Big puff of smoke. One car has gone around. That looks like the 00 of Rob Connors. Zach Fritsch gets involved. Randall Cobb getting involved. Adam Evans. Les Levy. Daniel Harrington getting a piece of it. take another look. The 00 through the tri-oval. Just going to start pinballing. Zach Fritsch goes for a spin. Lightly taps the inside wall. James Mayer able to squeeze his way through. On to pit road. Our field comes once again. Hunter Reynolds on the pit lane with Logan Helton. They are in their pit box. Fuel stop only. They are down and away. And Reynolds winning the race off of pit road. Everyone else hitting the pit lane as well. 31 cars still in this race. Only one car out of the race, and that is Alex Green in the 15. With another caution flag coming out. Drivers have a chance to catch their breath. All this talk about NASCAR having a new manufacturer enter in. Somebody needs to tell them that Lamborghini is already involved in NASCAR. Andy Brigante running a Lamborghini out here tonight. Brigante up 14 positions from where he qualified. Right now finds himself scored in 13th spot. Lights will go out on the pace car this time, and a couple of drivers peeled off for pit road. That is going to give Peter DeBorgia the lead. How does Darth Vader like his toast? There is a little on the dark side. A little bit on the dark side with a side of younglings. Just circled back and included all of our jokes so far. See, we've had a joke about mimes. There was a, I didn't read it off. Nathan says, my friends keep saying I have no sense of direction. And I can't quite figure out where that comes from. We've had a directional joke, cannibalistic joke, joke about mimes, now a joke about toast. Never know what's going to happen on our broadcast. Mostly because I don't even know what's going on. So if I don't know what's going on, how are we gonna know what's happening? Zach Fritsch in the 12 has gone behind the wall. But the lights are out on the safety vehicle. It heads for pit road. Peter DeBorgia and Jeff Crosby going to lead this field to the green flag this time. As the green flag drops, and we are back underway as we begin lap 60 of 94. All right, lap 61 is smart. As we get back up to speed, Crosby almost got knocked into Peter DeBorgia there, but able to hold on to it. David Booth in the 77 gives the 33 some room and lets him gather it back up. Looks like 29 cars are left in this race for the final sprint to the finish. Les Levy is on pit road with the crew working on his race car. Zach Fritsch and Alex Green. Well, Alex Green has gone behind the wall. Zach Fritsch has rejoined the race, but the 12 machine, well and truly off the pace. He has lost the draft. He is in trouble all by himself as the field is getting ready to come around and put him another lap down. He is already multiple laps down. That is going to give us 29 cars on the lead lap. As Peter DeBorgia and Jeff Crosby lead this field down the backstretch, the 33 and the 40 both looking for their first win of the season. As we begin lap 64. 31 laps to go in this one. We will see these drivers hit pit road 2 more times. Don't think anyone can make it on one more stop. Couldn't be close. We'll find out. Another caution, no one will have to worry about it. Four cars in that second lane, everyone else down on the yellow line. Crosby, Booth, Cobb, and Lacavera are 4 cars in the second lane. Peter DeBorgia working with Sean McCarron. And DeBorgia going to shoot down to the inside. Looked like he did not appreciate a bump from the 71. He is falling back very quickly. He's going to look for a spot to blend in. 30 laps to go, need at least 2 stops. Yeah, that would be me not saying it correctly. Or thinking correctly. Sorry, Liberty. I apologize. No, I think Liberty's right, Cody. I think they're going to be able to make it on one more stop, but last time they were all on pit road was lap 58. 94 laps in total. Going to be close, and we might see some drivers, if we don't get another caution, be able to make it on one more stop. Being that close, when do you come down pit road, and how much do you account for a green-white checkered? A lot of drivers, I feel, are going into that fuel conservation mode, and that's why everyone has tried to tuck in on that inside line behind the 77 of David Booth. They all know it is going to be close from here. Randall Cobb in the 52, trying to take the race lead, and has his nose out in front for the moment. That's good enough for me to let the Bucks go wild out here. The 52 and the 5 of Bob Lacavera, teammates from Buck Wild Racing, mounting the only challenge in the outside lane for the lead. Bring on the snow. I'm tired of the heat, tired of the sunshine. I like the cold, I like the snow. I am ready for winter. Hope you guys are too, because it's coming. Winter is coming. The Bucks have gone wild as Randall Cobb and Bob Lacavera try and work that second lane, take the race lead away. Cobb in the 52 has put together quite a few good runs. Still looking for his first win this season to try and put himself into playoff contention. But he has been chewing up these points all season long. He did have a rough start. Missed the first 2 races as he had some internet connection issues in the first 2 races, but ever since then, that 52 has been a mainstay at the front of the field. Here he is once again. Les Levy in the 62 moving down to the inside as he has gotten back out on track, but that car heavily torn up. He is trying to log as many laps as he can. Anything can still happen in this race. Les Levy out of fast repairs and with a torn up race car can now only watch helplessly as the field flies right on by as Randall Cobb in the 52 makes the move down to the inside lane, just ahead of the 77 of David Booth. Bob Lacavera and Adam Evans now lead that second lane, with Andy Brigante, the third car in that second lane. You are in the southern hemisphere. You are getting out of winter and getting ready for summer. Please enjoy the heat. You can have all of it. I don't want any of it. I like my cold. I am in the northern hemisphere, so I wish I lived further north. The older it is, the happier I am. Well, maybe not. Maybe not like negative 400 degrees. That might be a bit much. What is absolute zero? Negative 400 and something Fahrenheit. Absolute Zero would probably be a bit much. Still waiting for the day we figure out what happens at Absolute Zero. Not a speculation. Not a speculation. Jackson Broadbent from New Zealand is getting ready for summer. Glad you are welcoming in all the warm weather. As we stay single file here for the most part, a few brave souls are still trying to make something happen in the second lane. Adam Evans going to try and squeeze in there, gets in between the 77 and the 33. 28 cars are on the lead lap. Dustin Barber has gone behind the wall after his struggles to get back on the lead lap. After achieving that goal, problems continue for the 6, and looks like he is done for the night. Randall Cobb coming up on the 12 is Zach Fritsch. He's going to put Fritchie another lap down. I'll put Zach Fritsch at 8 laps down. Fritsch does have an opportunity to pass Dustin Barber this time around. He will make that pass, as Barber has called it a night and has gone behind the wall. That moves Zach Fritsch up to 30th spot. He's going to continue riding around. You never want to give up on a super speedway. Logan Helton and Hunter Reynolds have shot way out in front. With 20 laps to go, we're just a handful of laps from the pit window opening up to make it to the end of this race on one more stop. Dave Hunt in the 53 has entered pit road. Dave Hunt was the first car one lap down. Tyler Miller, last car on the lead lap. We check in on the back of this pack, and you can see everyone single file here as we go on board with Tyler Miller. Two drivers peeling off for pit road. That is David Booth in the 77 and the 00, Rob Connors. They are making their pit stop very early here. Sean Stevens in the 27 slides down in front of the 28 of Derek Conley. A lot of drivers who were all single file were hanging out at the back trying to save some fuel. They have flipped that switch and have hit their fuel numbers, and now they're going to start making their way on the pit road. Here comes the 27 of Stevens with Randall Cobb, Sean McCara McCarran, the 71, got it slowed down. He almost got into the 25 of Adam Evans and the 52 of Cobb. That gives the lead to the 28 of Derek Conley with his teammate on his back bumper. Dave Hunt in the 53 has made a pit stop and gotten back out on the racetrack. Car is a little bit beat up, a little bit banged up. Hunt scored in 28th spot. We got another group of drivers peeling off for pit road. This is everyone else coming on the pit lane. Derek Conley and Logan Helton, both on the brakes very hard. Randall Cobb and Sean Stevens, who pitted just a few laps ago. So Cobb in the 52 and the 27 of Sean Stevens are going to try and make their way around this pack who has just made their way off of pit road, and you can see they're trying to gain speed. Looks like Cobb hit pit lane at the right time. He is going to have a lot of momentum on these guys. Holloway, Jimmy Reynolds, easily dispatched. And rest of the field now going to be a little bit harder. Cobb going to blend in behind the 4 of Rick Seagrams. Logan Helton in the 63, Derek Conley in the 28, the 7 of Josh Milam, and the 1 of Chris McCullough, your top 4. Rounding out your top 5 is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Back to single file racing we go, but with the tanks topped off. Everyone trying to save just a little bit in case of a green-white checkered. No one has really decided to try and make a move on Logan Helton. That's just fine for the kid. That's 63. Wouldn't mind picking up another win. Should we have another repeat winner? That is going to allow 3 drivers to get in on points. As Derek Conley and Josh Milam make a move to the outside, several cars go with them, and Logan Helton can only watch as 3 cars generated a whole lot of speed to get around him. As they begin jockeying through 3 and 4 positions. Relatively few calm laps that last fuel run. Everyone tried to make it to 17 laps to go before they hit pit lane. And now that those tanks can make it to the end of our scheduled distance, we see the racing action get back to side by side, and everyone trying to find that little bit of room that they need to help put them into victory lane. 13 laps to go in this one. Conley in the 28 could use some help with a race win to get himself almost locked into playoff contention. He would have to make 2 more stops. If Conley wins this one, going to be 2 races shy of the minimum race requirement. He is going to have several races to get into those playoff minimum race requirements. Milam in the 7 slides down in front of Conley. Now Jeff Crosby in the 33 leading the second lane. Conley in trouble. Chris McCullough and Derek Conley are going to make an unscheduled entry onto pit road. Conley goes around. That engine goes up in smoke. We stay green as Derek Conley hits pit lane. Jeff Crosby out into the race lead. Fastest lap of the race going to the 77 of David Booth as he turned that one last time around, a 49.33. Take another look at what happened to Derek Conley. See if we can catch this one here. Conley makes a very hard impact with the wall. Chris McCullough able to keep going. So with that hard hit, Derek Conley goes behind the wall. His night is done in the 28. Les Levy back on pit road being serviced by his pit crew. 26 cars now on the lead lap. Rob Connors in the 00, finding himself battling with Eric Laurie and Zach Workman. These guys at the tail end of this lead group, who find themselves 3.6 seconds behind our race leaders. Last car on the lead lap is the 5 of Bob Lacavera. He is out there all by himself, and he needs the help of a caution to get back into this. But Crosby in the 33, going to make Nathan Grounds very happy with 9 laps to go, is your race leader. Daniel Holloway in the 21 trying to take that win away from him. Holloway looking for his first win as well, as we're going to go 3 wide through 3 and 4. Logan Helton and James Mayer on the outside. Logan Helton and James Mayer along the wall. 25 of Adam Evans and the 88 of Gabe Butler right there with them. The 4 cars in the 3rd lane. Down on the bottom, it's the 33 of Crosby leading that lane, and then Daniel Holloway right in the middle. Derek Conley chiming in on YouTube saying he got loose. No contact with Chris McCullough. Tough break, Derek. Hard hit on that inside wall. Early exit for the driver of the 28. Don Sadusky checking in. How you doing, bud? Les Levy on pit road, the 62, not having the best of nights. His night all but done. Daniel Holloway in the 21 right now, finds himself in the middle of the battle for the race lead. Gonna have 6 laps to go with 3 wide racing trial Lots of room in the tri-oval, but the cars still get very tight, and Josh Milam in the 7 clears the 33, stays in the middle lane for the moment. And Crosby has a chance to battle back. Logan Helton in the 63, getting that momentum from the 3rd lane. Gonna have 5 laps to go this time around. Hunter Reynolds making a move. Reynolds, your stage 1 and stage 2 winner, now trying to position himself to have the sweep here tonight at Talladega and to put himself into playoff contention as he gets a big shove from the 7 of Josh Milam. He drops down to the inside. Milam already 2 wins on the season, picked up the win last week over on Fuel Rock YouTube channel. Derek Conley, peace out, buddy. Good luck on the floor. For the 26 taking over the lead in the bottom lane. Daniel Holloway now sliding up to the 3rd row with Josh Milam in the middle, and things getting very tight in the tri-oval. Hunter Reynolds moves up to Josh Milam in the 7. They're going to work together off of the tri-oval and head off into turn 1. Now Reynolds slides back down in front of Crosby. Reynolds trying to make the car very wide as we got the 17 a little bit out of shape. Jimmy Reynolds able to gather it back in. Cody Ober in the 8 going to take advantage of him having to check up. 4 laps to go. Business is picking up, ladies and gentlemen. Holloway thought he was going to go from the top shelf to the bottom shelf, and does. So Daniel Holloway in the 21 slides down in front of the 26. 3 laps to go in this one. Nobody go anywhere. Everyone hold on to your hats because this one is not over just yet. A lot of pushing, a lot of shoving. Cody Ober in the 8 making his way forward. Gaining quite a few positions here in the last few laps. Now he's the 3rd car in the middle lane. Logan Helton and James Mayer staying committed to that 3rd lane. On board with the 33 of Jeff Crosby here. As Hunter Reynolds is going to muscle out Daniel Holloway in the 21. And big trouble behind them. Big crash going into turn 1. Cars still flipping and tumbling. As the yellow flag has come out once again. Rick Sebrands, Holloway, Randall Cobb, David Overstreet, Rob Connors, Andy Brigante, and Dave Hunt going airborne in turns 1 and 2. See if we can back this up and figure out exactly what happened. Dave Hunt in the 53 was minding his own business. And Andy Brigante, trying to rejoin the race, gets up into him. Sean McCarron in the 71, nowhere to go. So with this heading into overtime, almost everyone on the pit road. Mark Mann stays out. Zachary Workman stays out. So these two have stayed out. They're going to try and stretch this thing. Or maybe just wait for pit road not to be so busy. Mark Mann does have a little bit of damage. Zachary Workman in his debut race here in the 091. Both drivers last on pit road on lap 78. They may be good for one attempt here at a green-white checkered. So Mark Mann and Zach Workman do not come down pit road this time. Or maybe they're going to come down pit road this time. I don't know. It's going to be a big gamble. How about that? If Zachary Workman could get a win here in his debut race. Lights go out on the pace car. The iRacing nondescript vehicle. Guess they got tired of me making fun of the butt stain. The row number one will be Zachary Workman in the 091 and the 04 of Mark Mann. Both drivers trying to stretch their fuel here. Workman in his debut race. Mark Mann in the 04 looking for his first win this season. Hunter Reynolds on the inside of row number two, your stage one and stage two winner. Logan Helton going to be restarting on the outside of row number two. Logan Helton has a win and has locked himself into playoff contention. It's Jeff Crosby and Josh Milam for row three. Crosby in the 33 looking for his first win this season. Josh Milam already has 2 wins this season. our first attempt at a green-white checkered. All right, here we go. Does the front row have enough fuel to make it to the end of this one? Are we going to see this end with one attempt at a green-white checkered, or will we get another caution? Let's find out as the green flag flies. Zachary Workman out in front in his first race here on Monday night. Gonna try and stretch his fuel tank as far as he can. Markman in the 04 hit the pit road same time as Zachary Workman. They are on the same fuel strategy. They are very light on fuel. Everyone else behind them has come down pit road, has topped off. The 26 Hunter Reynolds pushing very hard on that 91. Reynolds makes the move up to the second lane. Flagman has the white flag. He is watching this very closely as they come to the start-finish line. One more time around, final lap. Can Zachary Workman hold off Hunter Reynolds? Can he make his fuel last for a little bit longer? Markman in the 04 trying to stretch that fuel as well. Keep an eye on those two cars as they make their way down the backstretch. Any little bit of a bobble from the 091 is going to stack up that inside lane. Meanwhile, Logan Helton in the 63 using the third lane. He slides down in front of Hunter Reynolds. Hunter says, no, thank you, sir. He dives down to the inside. Trouble behind him. Several cars involved in that one. Chris McCullough involved. Eric Laurie was involved. Here comes Hunter Reynolds. Josh Milam in the third lane as they make their way through the tri-oval. Markman pushing very hard on Logan Helton. Trouble in the tri-oval. And Logan Helton going to cross the start-finish line first. Smacks the inside wall. He is going to come away with the race win. Josh Milam finishing third. Take another look at this finish. Markman in the 04 makes it to the end. Zachary Workman does run out of fuel and crosses the start-finish line in 14th spot. Not a bad run for his first time out, having a shot at winning. But Logan Helton does pick up the win here tonight. That is going to be another repeat winner. Take a look and see what happened at the back half of the field here. Big trouble for these guys through 3 and 4. And then through the tri-oval. But it's enough for the 63 of Logan Helton to pick up the race win as he burns it down. Let's get this post-race show started, and let's kick off by talking to our race winner, Logan Helton. You got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, that 63 brings home another win here this season. Outstanding drive, and man, what a way to finish, sideways and smacking the inside wall.
Yeah, what a way to bring home the win. What a finish that was up the middle of 3 wide. All thanks to Mark, man, for giving me the final push at the end there. Yeah, that's my 3rd win in a row that I've showed up to. I missed last week just because I took a break, and yeah, even though the first win got taken away, I still count that as 3 wins in a row that I've showed up to.
Well, Logan, you are on a bit of a hot streak here, and that 63. After taking the green flag for this one, you meet the minimum race requirements, I believe. So that does lock you in to playoff contention. And man, what a message that is that you've been on this hot streak.
Yeah, it feels good. I think I got my mojo back sorry, I can't speak, this past month, and yeah, I feel like I can focus on Mondays a little bit more now. Road to Pro just finished last Thursday, so I ain't got to worry about any of that. I don't got to put my focus on one thing or another, but yeah, I'm excited to get this Monday season finished after I took the break last week, so I can't wait to see what happens.
All right, Logan, well, outstanding job here, man. That 63 was fast all night long, and man, that 3rd lane really came in for you.
Yeah, me and Jim worked together real well on the high side there. We fell back a couple of times, but we made it back up with all those switching around there. Also pushed Daniel to the front one good bit there towards the end. It stinks that he got caught up in a wreck and all that stuff that happened to him. But yeah, just a great race. There's a lot of good 3 wide there. There was a couple of wrecks, but I don't think you can complain about wrecks whenever we had a race that entertaining at the end.
Well, man, nice job. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Well, thanks to my friends and family for watching the race and supporting me this entire year. Thanks to you guys for putting on the broadcast and everyone here at OP that puts on these races. Thanks to my team at Alliance Motorsports on Mondays for helping me out all the time, and especially whenever it comes down to it. Nexus Esports and as well as Flash and Go Graphics for making this awesome paint scheme for me.
All right, Logan, nice job, man. Congratulations on the win.
I appreciate it. Have a good night.
As Logan Helton from Alliance Motorsports picking up the win here tonight. Outstanding drive by the 63. But now let's talk to our 2nd place finisher. That is your stage 1 and stage 2 winner. And Hunter, you come away 1 spot away from the clean sweep.
Shoo, I know, man, that sucks. But I'm still happy with P2. Just I don't know. Just it's kind of frustrating to make a bad move right there in a split-second decision. But yeah, I'm still happy with the P2. Happy to be here.
Well, man, a good points night for you. A win would have gone a long way for that playoff spot, but overall a solid points finish. And now there's going to be 3 drivers who make it in on points. So how important is it for a win versus getting a solid points finish?
It's always good to win here to lock yourself in, especially if you can do it earlier in the season, so you're not in such a rush right before playoffs. But should have a good look at points here after tonight. Yeah, it's wish we would have brought it home, but we should be okay. We'll just take a look at it.
All right, man. Well, solid run here tonight, bringing it home in 2nd place. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all the boys at FSR. You've been a booth KR, all the league admins, family friendly watching, everybody else watching, we appreciate you. And yeah, there we go.
All right, that is Hunter Reynolds bringing it home in 2nd place here tonight. Outstanding drive for the 26 machine. Now we got one more person to talk to, and that is the driver who finished up in 3rd place. That is the 7 of Josh Milam. Josh, you bring this one home in 3rd place here tonight. How about this race?
How about it, man? It was a great race. A lot of action, huh?
It was an exciting race from start to finish, man. And that 7 machine doesn't look like it has a scratch on it.
Man, no scratches all night. Still got that fast repair. That luck from last week's rolling on over. I hope it keeps coming.
Well, Josh, this solid 3rd place finish with 2 wins in the bag, and once you took the green flag here tonight, you met the minimum race requirements, locking yourself into playoff contention. So how's that feel?
Feels good. I think makes the 7th season. We've been around for 7 seasons. I've been able to make the playoffs each season, so that's great. You know, it's really fortunate to do that. Really wanted to get that 3rd win tonight. That would have been great to get back-to-backs, but it was a close one. We almost had a chance.
Well, man, real quick, this race here tonight was the Gary Beagle Memorial. Anything you'd like to say about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Gary was a good friend of mine, and my 2 friends that have been watching my broadcast since the start of this season, Eric and Christina, and their dog Luna. I've known Gary for a little while, and is a great human being. And I just wanted to dedicate this. He started watching some of these races, and he started coming over to their house and watching and cheering me on. So he tragically passed away, and I had to dedicate this to him tonight.
All right, Josh. Well, once again, man, congratulations on 3rd place. Nice finish out there. Any shout outs or thank yous that you'd like to give?
Definitely. Big shout out to our memorial, Gary Beagle. Shout out to you. KR, do a great job, man. Shout out to Cody Eldred for race control. He's got a hard job out there. Can't really criticize him. He's got a lot of cars to watch. Shout out to my boys at FSR. They did a fantastic job. Hunter Reynolds with the P2, Derek Conley for showing up tonight, Jimmy, and Dustin for giving it a shot. And shout out to all the guys come out or all the people who come out and watched, and all the drivers.
That is our 3rd place finisher, Josh Milam, on the final step of the podium. Once again, man, congratulations.
Thanks, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how about that finish here tonight? I don't know about you, but that was a wild one. And we had a first timer out there. Zachary Workman had a shot at winning it, but looked like he ran out of fuel in that last lap. Mark Mann, same pit stop strategy as Zachary Workman, but was able to cross the start finish line. He did just that much better job at holding on to that precious fuel. Let's look at our race results. Logan Helton picks up his 3rd win this season, his 2nd one counting towards playoff spot. That does mean 3 drivers are going to get in on points now. Hunter Reynolds 2nd, Josh Milam rounding out that final step of the podium. Cody Ober in 4th, a great run for the 8. James Mayer in that 5th position. Sean Stevens finishes 6th. 7th goes to Mark Mann. Jeffrey Crosby finishing in 8th. Gabe Butler in 9th. Rick Sebrands finishing in 10th. 11th goes to David Overstreet. Adam Evans 12th. 13th, Peter DeBorgia. Zach Workman finishing 14th. Daniel Holloway 15th. 16th goes to Sean McCarr. 17th place going to Rob Connors. Randall Cobb finishing 18th. 19th goes to Eric Laurie. Tyler Miller 20th. 21st, Chris McCullough. David Booth 22nd. 23rd, Jimmy Reynolds. Bob Lacavera finishing 24th. 25th goes to Dan Harrington, the last car on the lead lap. Andy Brigante is 26th. 27th goes to Dave Hunt. Zach Fritsch 28th. 29th, Derek Conley. Les Levy finishing 30th. 31st, Dustin Barber. And rounding out our 32 car field will be the 15 of Alex Green. I do want to thank everyone for joining us here tonight as the OP Racing Premier Super Speedway Series brought you the Gary Beagle Memorial. So that is going to do it for us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Hope you all enjoyed the show. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you do hit that thumbs up for the drivers. Let them know that you appreciated the hard work and effort that they put in for the show that you got to watch here tonight. So until next Monday night, or if you're one of the lucky individuals who gets to watch Wednesday night, I will see you all then. And, well, y'all stay safe. Have a good night.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.